Guys, it is Wednesday night, I think. I'm just gonna record the rest of the fungi unit for you guys. And then that'll be that. So we'll finish off this unit today, and then I'm just gonna have you catch up on your brackets today, and then tomorrow you'll have the weekend to work on a review sheet, and then Monday we'll do a castle learning like as a wrap up assignment. I think maybe count it as a quiz, I'm not sure. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, we did this yesterday. Okay. Okay, so fungi are eukaryotes, so they have a nucleus, they have cell organelles. They're heterotrophs, meaning they eat food, they don't make food. Cell walls are made of chitin. Digestion and absorption occur outside of the body. They can reproduce sexually and asexually. In terms of their structure, they're composed of hyphae and mycelium, which is the network of hyphae that's used to absorb food. Hyphae is the branching filaments that make up a fungus. That goes at the bottom of this little section. Fruiting body is the reproductive structure that grows from mycelium. So in your picture, in your notes, you have a picture of the hyphae. The fruiting body is like the actual mushroom, and then the mycelium is like what's underneath the ground, like that. Oh, there it is. So the fruiting body, hyphae, mycelium. There's like four main groups of fungi: molds, sac fungi, clump fungi, and imperfect fungi, like cheese. Common molds grow on meat, cheese, bread, etc. They display both sexual and asexual reproduction. So an example of that is bread mold. Bread mold has a dark and fuzzy appearance. It needs warm, moist conditions to grow. A rhizoid is the root-like hyphae that anchor the fungus to the bread, and the stolon is the stem-like hyphae that runs over the bread surface. So some people, So is it safe to eat moldy bread or cheese? So some people just say like, oh, just cut that moldy piece off. But if you look at this picture of them, like there's rhizoids inside the bread, and then the stolons are kind of running on the surface. So I don't think it's a good idea. But you can watch this video if you'd like. I'll post it. Sac fungi have both sexual and asexual reproduction. They use spores to reproduce. An example of that is yeast. Yeast is a unicellular fungi. It reproduces asexually by budding. It's used for baking and brewing. Club fungi, the reproductive structure resembles a club. For example, mushrooms. We talked about this picture already. Mushrooms that are poisonous produce a toxin. Symptoms can range from like gastrointestinal distress to death. It's often consumed by accident. For example, these are some poisonous mushrooms. The death cap looks just kind of like a regular mushroom, and destroying angel. Imperfect fungi have no observable sexual phase. For example, penicillin. And this is the penicillin that produces our medicine. So it's used in a beneficial way. Fungi can also be decomposers. They recycle nutrients by breaking down other organisms. They release enzymes to decompose organic matter. return nutrients back to the soil. Fungi can also be parasites. You can have plant disease, mildew destroys fruit, or corn smut destroys corn kernels. You can have great loss of crops in tropical areas. I think we looked at the genetic engineering. I'm losing my mind right now. It's not mangoes. It's another. Or was it mangoes? I don't know. It was a tropical fruit. We talked about it earlier in the year. Human disease, athlete's foot, red inflamed foot sores, ringworm, itchy, scaled round skin rash. Thrush is a yeast infection of the mouth. If your tongue gets like that, babies get it a lot. Animal disease can also happen. Okay, so I'm going to have you guys push pause right now and work on the multiple choice questions in your packet. And then when I come back, after you hit unpause, we'll go over the answers. So make sure you hit pause and do them on your own. Okay, so here are the answers. Number 1, most excretion in produce is accomplished by C, diffusion of waste through plasma membranes. They're very simple structured organisms, so waste can go in and out by diffusion. 2, the presence of cilia and oral groove and food vacuoles in the absence of chloroplasts in a unicellular organism indicates that the organism carries on. D, heterotrophic nutrition. So if it doesn't have chloroplasts, it can't do photosynthesis. 3, excretory structures excuse me, present in protists include A, cell membranes and contractile vacuoles. 4, which substance found in the cytoplasm of an amoeba is an inorganic compound? This is a review question. Organic means it has to have carbon and hydrogen together. One of our 4 biomolecules, like proteins, carbohydrates, nucleic acids, and lipids. So the only one that's inorganic in that bunch is C. Number 5, what is the basic unit of structure and function in protist and Monera? And 5 is A, the cell. 6, the structure that letter X is pointing to is like the oral groove. So that's used for ingestion, taking in food. Number 7, how could this organism be classified? So it's showing you that it has a nucleus, so it can't be A or C because bacterium are prokaryotes. And it doesn't look like a fungus. Fungus looks like a mushroom, basically. Okay, on to the next page. Number 8, a scientist recently discovered a pond organism that's unicellular, contains chloroplasts and other membrane-bound organelles, and possesses flagellum. In which kingdom is this? And that is a protist, B. Number 9, a student viewing a sampled pond water through a microscope observed and drew a protist as shown. Which organism has locomotive structure similar? So this one has little hairs on the outside, so that's cilia. And number 9 is C. Paramecium also have cilia. Remember, amoebas move with pseudopods, and then earthworms and hydras move in other ways. Earthworms move in other ways, we'll talk about later, and hydras don't move. Sessile. 10. The ability of a paramecium to move from place to place is dependent on the presence of D, cilia. 11. Locomotive structures found in some protists include B, flagella. And then skip 12, move on to 13. This is an amoeba attempting to engulf an escaping paramecium. Which structures are involved in these activities? So C, we have pseudopods from the amoeba, and then the paramecium has cilia. Okay, so that's that for unit 11. So like I said, on Friday, we will end up having we'll do a review sheet as like our work for Friday. And then I'll go over the review sheet in Monday's video, and then you'll do like a wrap-up assignment of some sort, either a castle learning or I don't know, some other kind of assignment, but we will see then. All right, have a good one. Bye.